Right, as you can see, I've got someone with me today. Murcott, David Murcott, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me.
All the way from Hamilton.
Hamilton, Victoria.
Hamilton, Victoria.
It's very gloomy and overcast.
That's right. You should be pleased that you've actually got sun today.
Right.
Yeah. I'll just read a couple of things about David's career, and from that we'll start some questions and answers. And so if you want to just say anything, please just jump in. This is certainly an environment where we just want to learn. So, Dave Murcott, 30 years in racing, give or take. David has started over 600 feature races in his career. 600 feature races, which equates to about 1,500 heat races, 1,500 hot lap sessions, time trials, so on. So I'm looking amongst here, and I don't reckon there's 600 races in total. So that's the sort of experience that David has got. Out of those 600 feature races started, he's had approximately 90 victories, which is an incredible start to finish ratio. He's 2 times Australian Sprint Car Champion, 2 times South Australian Sprint Car Champion, 2 times Victorian Sprint Car Champion, 4 times Tasmanian Sprint Car Champion, 2 times World Series Sprint Car runner-up, and this is really special to me, he's the first recipient of the Knoxville Raceway weekly drive with Bob Throstle many years ago when Dave was early in his career. It was called the... Earlier in your career.
Yeah, it was called the KID program.
The KID program, yeah.
And it was between Australia, New Zealand and Canada. They picked somebody that wasn't so much experienced or wouldn't have got the opportunity to go to America. And yeah, I was lucky enough to be the first to get it. And it was pretty cool actually going to hang out with Bob Throstle for a year, you know, like hanging out with your granddad. He had hot rods and race cars and I was...
You all need to talk that way, David.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
in my early 30s then, I suppose. Well, yeah, I just turned 30, so it was a huge opportunity for me. It was great.
That's great.
The sprint car is so kind of mentally draining even when you're racing it. How do you get sort of halfway through, like a feature race, and almost reset to refocus sort of thing? Because you can't, as you know, I've come from wingers and I get 10 laps in a sprint car, I'm absolutely rooted. So 10 laps into a feature, you're losing that focus, like say you're falling out of the seat and such.
Yeah.
How do you normally...
Well, that's why
it's a great question.
Important to be physically fit, and then because that makes you mentally sharper, because it takes that pressure off you to hold yourself up in the seat and concentrate on what you're doing. It's just, I guess it's just something you learn. It's just to stay focused. Long reds can be, you're not putting the same thing. You sit there and you start thinking about everything. You think about who's in front of you and where they're running, and so yeah, just stay focused. And be as fit as you can. It's a big help with these things because they're obviously the 410 sprint car, a car that you just at times you just have to manhandle, because despite what Peter and Jeff will tell you, they're never perfect all the time. So
the crew chief's never got it
on the wrong track sometimes.
That's right. We should be in Indianapolis instead of Ellenbrook.
That's right. Yeah, so, yes.
So that's a great question, Buddha. That to stay focused is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And that's part of being a race car driver. It's part of your job.
Yeah. I think there's something else that I didn't mention here before, and it touches on David's fitness and his mental fitness, is that he lives in Victoria, but he drives for teams anywhere in the country, or indeed anywhere in the world. And Dave takes between 40 and 50 air flights a year to race. So sometimes, isn't it? Like 2 years ago you were 40 flights, the year before you were 30 flights to go and race. So to dial yourself in, you don't live with the car, you don't live with the team, which we all do pretty much, don't we? Right? You know, and we talking to him, so he drives his 3 hours, parks his car at Tullamarine, and then flies into Brisbane or Perth or wherever he's the hired gun, let's call it. So it's a little bit hard to imagine, isn't it?
Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and drive 3 hours, sit on the plane for a couple of hours, race, usually get home from the track by the time well, most of the teams on the field, they wash straight afterwards.
Yep.
So you wash and then you have 6 beers and tell lies and get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and drive to the airport and then drive home and get home and say good day to the wife and go to bed and get up and go to work the next
down left hand and right hand. The back we've got like 7.5, and we've got 5 over there. We'll play around with them a bit to get what sort of grip we want from the back of the car, amongst a lot of other things.
So ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear for the driver, number 20, Ryan Lancaster. Nice drive today. Ryan, all about doing some track time here at Ellenbrook over the winter season, but number 20, what's a big flying today?
Yeah, definitely all about in the middle laps. Big thanks to Peter for getting the series going. It's big help, and new drivers have really not that experienced, so all the laps help. Big thanks to Jason. He worked pretty hard today in that water cart on the track. It was absolutely awesome. It's nice to be able to roll around the top wide open and a lot of fun.
Yeah, good field with sprint cars today. Dave Murkoff, two-time national champion up in the tower, talking about the little India issues of sprint car racing. Dave, you've been important today, and I know it's great to have somebody of that calibre teaching some of the local drivers just starting out in the sport, the final points of sprint car racing.
Yeah, definitely. He has a lot of good pointers, obviously a lot of experience, a lot of race wins. The biggest one is just be patient, which is definitely not my forte, and probably not anyone's forte. So yeah, just try not to win it in the first corner, and just make sure you finish the race. That's always been the big thing, is just make sure you finish the feature and see what you can.
So we'd like to thank to help this number 20 car go around.
Yeah, just a big thanks to my parents, Matt, my wife, obviously my sponsors, Dignity Construction, Slim's Tyre Service, Fitness Hub Woolsbrook, and also Autospark Woolsbrook. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. And thanks to the crowd. It's awesome that there's so many people out here at the country track, so hopefully we can keep the good numbers up and the good racing.
Well, Ryan, we hope to see you here again, and we'll see you in the future.
Sure will.
There is Ryan Lancaster, the